Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Coffee Talk Tuesday. Slight delay this morning, small technical issue, but we're all good. We're here. And today we are talking about the Facebook rebrand. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or haven't paid attention to the news last week, big announcement came out from Mark Zuckerberg, and it was through the Connect 2021, which is basically where Facebook likes to, or I should say Mark Zuckerberg and crew, likes to give updates on what they're doing on their platform, tech updates. We saw a lot in the AR space, virtual reality, which is super interesting. Very intrigued to see how all that goes. But what I do want to talk about is the fact that Facebook is rebranding and what that means for you, what that means for your company, and how you can utilize social media. So with that being said, let's roll straight into it. So for those of you who have not been paying attention to the news, we had two whistleblowers come out from Facebook, one here in the US, Frances Hagen, or Hogan, not quite sure on the pronunciation. And then there's also a woman named Sophia who was over in the UK. She sat in front of Parliament. But Frances Hagen took thousands of confidential documents with her when she left Facebook, and mainly, as she quotes, she does not want to make people upset against Facebook, right? She doesn't want people to think negatively towards Facebook, but she did want to bring to light that the things that Facebook was doing within their algorithm, specifically on Instagram, specifically for the content that was geared towards young kids, and even more specifically, the content that was geared towards young women, was not okay. And the fact that Facebook, the members at Facebook knew exactly what they were doing and exactly what the algorithm was doing. And therefore, she was not okay with that. And she wanted to bring it to light, not to try to take these companies down, but to try to invite them to have better policies, basically, and to do better with their algorithms and with the information and data that they collect. So that's kind of step one, right? Is this whistleblower comes out. Now, this is not the first time that Facebook has been in hot water. Over the years, they've had plenty of scandal, and it has gotten to a point where Facebook kind of has a negative connotation to it. When you say Facebook, you think of the media platform. But what Zuckerberg brought up is the fact that even though Facebook is a platform, it is also the parent company to Instagram, to WhatsApp, to these new Horizon Workplace and Horizon Home and Horizon World, all of these virtual reality areas that they're setting up. So Facebook is not just the one entity of the platform. It is indicative of a bigger, wider understanding of different platforms in one. So that is the main reason that Facebook said that they have decided to rebrand, because they no longer want to be looked at as just a social media company, right? They're going bigger with, Instagram is a way to connect with friends, another social media platform. You have WhatsApp, which is a way that you can send text messages over Wi-Fi, which is widely used around the world. You have Messenger, which is the messenger app that is attached to Facebook. And then, like I said, you have all these other new virtual reality called Horizon Worlds. There's also Horizon Home. So there's all of these different aspects that fall under the Facebook umbrella. So what they wanted to do is move away from being known as Facebook instead of just letting the platform itself be known as Facebook. So what I'm live on right now, that is staying Facebook. But what they are doing is changing the overall parent company. And that new name is Meta. Meta. And this is kind of a play on what Mark Zuckerberg was alluding to up until this moment, where he was talking about the metaverse, right? And anybody who's not familiar with that term, it was actually coined back in the early 1990s from a sci-fi fiction book, which is basically a place where people go who are living in this dystopian reality. They go to the metaverse, and it's this paradise and this oasis and this getaway. So it's very interesting the time that Mark Zuckerberg is releasing this content because, one, we obviously know the last year and a half has been very difficult for a lot of people. And being trapped in your home, a lot of people used the internet as a way to escape. They used social media platforms as a way to stay connected with friends. They used video chatting and calling as a way to have that one on one personal connection. So it's very interesting that he chose the metaverse. In addition to that, Meta is anybody who has teens out there, Meta is a very hip term, I guess we could call it, where it kind of means that it's cool, that it's awesome. So Mark Zuckerberg could be tapping into that as well. It is all just kind of coincidental, although I don't really believe in coincidence, that he decided to roll this rebrand out now because they are in a lot of hot water. So I do see this as a way of them trying to maybe blow off some of the press and some of the attention that they're getting from their algorithm issues, to say, hey, look, we're doing this big thing. We're no longer just Facebook. We are all these other things. So I find it very, very interesting. So what Meta is going to do is basically try to cross promote all of these different platforms, all of these different aspects that Facebook, now Meta, has under its umbrella, its kind of family of apps. So what they're going to try to do is try to pull that in and cross promote. Now we already saw that happening, starting over a year ago, whether it was, for setting up ads for Messenger platform. You used to have to pick whether you wanted WhatsApp, Instagram Direct, or Messenger. But now you can actually choose to have it optimized for whatever platform the receiver of that message is going to use. So this is definitely more of a cross promotion between the Instagram Direct, if you're not running it on Instagram, or WhatsApp too. If you're not connecting with people on WhatsApp, you could do that via Instagram Messenger ads now. We saw groups, right? People trying to push groups and communities. So all of these different aspects of all the little platforms they are trying to bring into one place. Now, what does that mean for businesses? Well, one, there's definitely going to be more areas of opportunity for ad spend. Since there's different areas in the metaverse now, right? Who knows? Maybe they will give you the option to have a billboard in the metaverse. There's different placements that they can now create within all of these different communities for your ad spend. So I think that we're definitely going to see an uptick in the results that we're getting from Facebook ad campaigns and Instagram ad campaigns, which is, I'm going to say, probably their way to combat the iOS update that has affected certain people's ads. But in addition to that, I definitely think that there's going to be more placements for ad spend. So you're going to see a lower cost per conversion or cost per click, whatever it is that you're looking for. And then I do think that it is going to really focus on